In this video, we're going to look at Simply Analytics for finding business information and talk a little bit about the value of company websites. To get started, go to your ECT Electrical Engineering Guide, which is libguides.bcit.ca/ECET. Go over to the Business Information tab, and in the middle, go to the box called Identifying Companies and click on the Simply Analytics link. If you haven't signed in yet, you'll sign in using your A0 number and your network password before you get to this page. So that's the password that you use to get into the Learning Hub or My BCIT. And you can set up an account, but you can also sign in as a guest. You can take a tour of Simply Analytics if you like, or you can close that out. I'm going to close out the new project tab as well to show you this view. So there's a variety of things that you can do with this database, and one of the things you can do is create a business table. So if you go down to Business Table and click on Create, it's asking you to pick a location. So go over here to the left. Location is already highlighted, and here I'm going to put in Vancouver. The database will give me two options. It'll give me the census metropolitan area, so that is the greater Vancouver area, so it includes all of the municipalities around the city of Vancouver, such as Burnaby. Or you can choose the census subdivision, and that is Census Canada's terminology for cities. So if you choose Vancouver Census Subdivision, you will be searching the city of Vancouver. If you pick the Census Metropolitan Area, you'll be searching Greater Vancouver. So I'm going to pick Census Metropolitan Area, and then I'm going to click here on Businesses. Now here you can put in what kind of business are you trying to search for. So I'm going to start with brewery. And click Done. So the database has what kind of business I want and what geographical location. So we can see that there are 80 results. So there are 80 breweries in the Greater Vancouver area. It lists them here, and one of the nice things about this list is that it does give you some information. If you scroll over here, it gives you some information about the sales volume of this company and total employees. So you can see that if a brewery has only 3 employees, there's less chance that they'll be looking for people to work in their operations. If it has 100 employees, they may be looking for people. So from here, you can click brewery again, go over here and change your search term. So if I want to switch to telecommunications, I type it in here and you can see that it's switched here. So in the Greater Vancouver area, there's over 1,000 telecommunications companies. Maybe I live in Vancouver and I want to be able to cycle to work. So I can go over here and put in Vancouver. And I can change then to just the city of Vancouver, the census subdivision. And then we can see within Vancouver there are 427 telecommunications companies. From here you can export into a few different file types, including Excel. So if I export this, it'll pop open in Excel and then I can save this search. So this is a really good thing to do, partly because once you graduate, you won't be able to get into this database remotely. And right now, although the library is opening next week with some study space, the computers are not yet available, although you should be able to log in using your laptop. However, once you graduate, you're going to have to get a password if you want to get into these databases and come into the library once it's open and you're allowed to use the library computer. So it's a little bit complicated right now. So maybe err on the side of running lots of lists and downloading them in Excel and saving them so that you have those lists once you graduate. So that's how Simply Analytics works. And of course, you can always contact me if you have any questions about Simply Analytics or anything else. On the Getting Help page, you can find my contact right here, and also the Ask Away chat box. So when you're doing job search, it can also be really valuable to have a good look at the company website. The company website is a marketing tool for the company, so you can find out how they present themselves to the public. So that's good information for you when you're applying for jobs and when you're interviewing. And of course, you've probably all found the Work With Us section of lots of websites, but there's also other great information on, especially on a big website such as BC Hydro. If I click on About Us, there are quick links here to all kinds of reports about BC Hydro and all kinds of information that is relevant, including the regulatory requirements, the financial reports, the sustainability approach at BC Hydro. So have a really good look at a company's website so that you understand how they're presenting themselves, what the important information about that company is.